including houseboats lived in by locals. In good weather, you can sit outside one of the many cafes and restaurants and enjoy people watching, or stroll around and watch the boats being painted or repaired.
Olá pessoal, sejam bem-vindos a mais um vídeo nesse canal. Nós somos cidadãos do terceiro mundo e nesse canal nós reagimos e aprendemos coisas sobre o primeiro mundo. E nesse vídeo nós vamos reagir a 10 coisas para se fazer em Rotterdam.
Sim, portanto, aproveite a oportunidade para se inscrever no canal, clique no gostei, deixe mais sugestões nos comentários, compartilhe esse vídeo e agora vamos para a reação.
The second largest city in the Netherlands, Rotterdam, lies on both banks of the Nieuwe Maas, the tidal southern arm of the Rhine, where it's joined by the little river Rot. It's also the world's largest port, home to the massive Europort facility through which so much freight passes on its way to and from the continent. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the top 10 rated attractions and things to do in Rotterdam. And just wait till you see the number one that we're going to be showing in this video, something you would never even have thought of. So make sure you watch till the end. Now, before we begin, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more awesome travel guides. And make sure you hit the notification bell so that you know when we publish a new video. So if you're ready, let's cut to the chase. At 10, take a boat tour of the Europort.
Enorme.
Rotterdam's massive port occupies half the city's total area of 247 square kilometers, much of it in turn occupied by Europort, a huge complex known as the gateway to Europe. In addition to countless large freight vessels, you'll see mile after mile of quays and storage facilities built to service the world's busiest port. One of the most popular sightseeing tours of the port area begins at Maislandkering near Hoek van Holland and includes a close-up look at the city's massive surge barrier. Evening tours are also fun, especially with Rotterdam's most famous landmarks, including the superb Erasmus Bridge being spectacularly illuminated. At 9, wander through Koolsingel. The centerpiece of Koolsingel, nicknamed the city's Cool District and the main street of Rotterdam's city centre, is the Town Hall. Built between 1914 and 1920 in Dutch Renaissance style, it miraculously escaped destruction in the bombing of the city during World War II. While you can't visit the richly decorated interior on your own, guided tours are available and can be booked through the city's tourist office. Opposite the town hall in the busy Stadhuisplein is a war memorial designed by Mari Andriessen. Other cool single highlights include the Beurs World Trade Center, a high-rise building with a facade of greenish-blue glass, and the Bijenkorf department store, designed by leading architect Marcel Breuer in 1958. Fronting Bijenkorf is the 26-meter-high work of sculpture, Construction, by Naum Gabo, a French sculptor of Russian origin.
Uau!
Sabe uma coisa? É que o primeiro lugar que foi mostrado, aquele porto, e essa segunda cidade, e os outros lugares que a gente conheceu na Holanda, faz parecer que é outro país. Porque a arquitetura do primeiro lugar que foi mostrado é muito diferente dessa outra arquitetura. É uma arquitetura realmente futurística, moderna. É uma diversidade incrível.
Sim, e é muito interessante a gente perceber que, apesar de tudo se encontrar em Rotterdam, a gente consegue perceber essa diferença arquitetônica nos lugares.
Sim.
Porque realmente não parece ser o mesmo local. Isso é muito interessante. Mas o que chamou muito a minha atenção é como aquele prédio espelhado verde se destaca muito, porque ele é realmente muito diferente em relação às outras edificações.
Cria um contraste, né?
E eu creio que seja justamente essa observação que você está fazendo, esse contraste que existe no mesmo lugar. Tudo é em Rotterdam, mas parece que não é.
Sim.
Popular shopping streets of Linbaan and Koopgoed are also in this area. A few blocks northwest from Bijenkorf, you'll come to De Deulen, a concert hall and congress centre rebuilt in 1966 after its destruction in 1940. It offers seating for 2,200 people, excellent acoustics and a superb roster of concerts. Nearby is Theatre Rotterdam Schwalberg, the city's municipal theatre, which opened in 1988.
É incrível como eles gostam de bicicleta,
Next up, at 8, see the Kinderdijk Windmills. On the River Nord, just 23 kilometers east of Rotterdam, is the beautiful little village of Kinderdijk. taking its name from a famous legend that describes a baby's cradle being stranded here during the St. Elizabeth's Day flood of 1421. The name literally translates as the Children's Dyke. It's one of the most visited places in the Netherlands. Each of its 19 perfectly preserved 18th century windmills is designated as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Built between 1722 and 1761, together they comprise the largest surviving concentration of windmills in the country, a history that's celebrated during special mill days when their sails are once again set in motion.
Esse lugar é incrível, ele é muito bonito, realmente ele é muito bonito, ele é muito diferente.
Sim.
Novamente, aqui a gente observa que é um outro local que está em Rotterdam, mas é muito diferente, é
Isso
incrível.
é incrível, porque é uma coisa assim que é difícil você encontrar. É uma única cidade e dentro dessa cidade você tem vários ambientes. Eu nunca tinha visto isso antes. Incrível, incrível, fascinante.
Fun things to do include exploring the museums located in the Blokver and Nedervoort mills, as well as the Wisdom pumping station. Fun tours along the canals are also available. At 7, enjoy international cuisine at the Market Hall. One of the most popular gathering points in Rotterdam is the impressive Market Hall, a huge office complex that opened in 2014. Nicknamed Koopboeg by locals, it's an architectural marvel, with the soaring arched ceiling of its food hall covered in larger-than-life murals of vegetables, fish and other produce, celebrating the fact the market itself is a kaleidoscope of fresh and prepared foods. You'll find fast foods of every sort here, along with classy restaurants serving everything from traditional Dutch favourites like stroopwafels to Balkan foods, Spanish tapas and exotic Indonesian dishes.
Esse local a gente já conhecia também, só que a gente está vendo por outro ângulo, por dentro. E por dentro o lugar é tão incrível quanto o que a gente vê do lado de fora.
Sim.
É incrível. E você vê que tem muitos... um comércio gastronômico incrível ali dentro.
Sim.
E eu confesso que eu fico muito curioso para poder estar lá e poder experimentar tudo isso que esse lugar oferece.
Com certeza é um lugar incrível.
Next up at 6, get your design fix at Het Thea Institute. Those with an interest in architecture and building design should visit the Het Thea Institute. Translated literally as the New Institute, this modern museum focuses on the development of various architectural movements over the decades. There is, of course, a particular emphasis on Dutch styles, but other global design movements are also featured. Newer exhibits have been added that feature the field of digital culture. In addition to its exhibits, visitors can visit Sonneveld House, an example of a modernist architectural style dating from the 1920s that's located just across the street. A shop and cafe, along with a pleasant garden, are also open to visitors.
Que legal, é incrível, tem muitas coisas para
At
fazer.
5, take a peek at the cube houses.
Olha isso.
Rotterdam is home to many fine examples of modern architecture, much of it inspired by the city's waterside setting, as well as a response to the devastation of World War II.
Nossa,
Pushing the
genial.
architectural envelope to the max are the city's famous cube houses. Designed by Dutch architect Piet Blom, this block of houses with their unique cube-shaped upper stories are clearly visible from a walk through the old harbour. One of them, the Show Cube, is open to visitors and contains displays on the design and history of the buildings. An interesting museum dedicated to chess is also located here. Another architectural gem is the White House.
Wow.
Once Europe's tallest building, this stunning 10-story Art Nouveau structure was built in 1898 and is now a National Heritage Site with superb views from its rooftop.
Caramba, mas é muito velho, muito antigo e tá intacto. Isso que eu fico maluca, porque é incrível como eles conseguem preservar muito bem, eles cuidam muito bem pra realmente as coisas... você olhar e continuar vendo riqueza naquilo. Aqui no Brasil, a gente tem umas coisas assim antigas, mas a questão é que elas não são tão bem cuidadas como a gente vê nos vídeos desses países de primeiro mundo. Então, acaba criando um contraste muito grande. Aqui, às vezes, tá destruído, né? Tá com pichações. Então, a gente não consegue ter essa beleza que teria de um lugar que é muito bem preservado, né?
Sim, sem dúvidas. Isso que você falou realmente é interessante, porque no Brasil a gente não tem a mesma preocupação de manter as coisas tão bem preservadas como a gente vê nesses países. E toda vez que a gente se depara com algo assim, a gente fica impressionado com todo o cuidado que existe para a preservação da memória daquele país, porque essas coisas fazem parte da história do país. E eu realmente estou achando maravilhoso esse vídeo, que a gente está vendo coisas que a gente já conhecia, mas com uma riqueza de detalhes muito maior.
Sim, sim.
At 4, take a tour of Grote of St. Lawrence-Kerk.
Olha isso.
Great St. Lawrence Church is all that's left of Rotterdam's medieval buildings, most of which were destroyed during World War II.
Incrível.
Located in Grote Kerkplein, the late Gothic church dates from the 15th century and was built on once marshy ground, giving the building a peculiar lean that was only halted after its foundation was rebuilt in 1650. It was heavily damaged in bombings, but was fully restored at the end of the war. Upon entering the church, you'll be struck by the beauty of the bright interior, an effect heightened by the coloured glass of its windows. The church is famous for its 3 Danish organs, the largest of which stands on a marble base on the inside wall of the tower. The bronze doors of the main entrance, on the theme of war and peace, are by the Italian artist Giacomo Manso, and in front of the church is a statue of Rotterdam's most famous son, Erasmus. Guided tours are available, and the modest admission fee includes a very informative English-language audio guide. The church also hosts frequent music concerts and other events.
Olha, até os portões são magníficos.
At 3, discover world cultures at Wereld Museum. Wereld Museum Rotterdam, or World Museum, is another great museum to visit. Founded in 1883, this ethnographic museum features more than 1,800 different artifacts from across the globe. Most ancient and modern cultures are featured to some degree here, providing a fascinating look at the evolution of world cultures. The museum also holds related events and lectures throughout the year, including family-friendly activities. Guided tours are available. A restaurant and shop are located on the premises. Next up, at 2, explore the art collections of Museum Boijmans van Beuningen. Museum Boijmans van Beuningen, one of the Netherlands and Europe's most important art centres, is known for its superb collections of paintings, sculptures and applied and decorative arts from across the continent. Painters of the 14th to 16th centuries are particularly well represented, with works by Hubert and Jan van Eyck, Hieronymus Bosch and Peter Bruegel the Elder. The 17th century is represented by Rembrandt and Rubens, while later centuries are represented by Monet, Gauguin and Van Gogh. Modern painters represented include Picasso, Matisse and Chagall. For a truly memorable experience, check into tickets for the museum's occasional opening of The Depot. This unique event allows public access to the museum's storage areas, allowing a behind-the-scenes glimpse of a gallery's workings and rarely seen artworks. And finally, at number 1, walk around the Old Harbour and Marine Museums. Rotterdam's Old Harbour, part of the city's revitalised maritime district, is a boat basin filled with restored historic boats, including houseboats lived in by locals. In good weather, you can sit outside one of the many cafes and restaurants and enjoy people watching, or stroll around and watch the boats being painted or repaired. Signs identify the ages of the boats and show pictures of this area in its heyday as a commercial port and shipyard. A short walk from here is Maritime Museum Rotterdam. Established in 1873, the museum provides a fascinating look into the city's connection to the sea and its many waterways. Its large collections cover the history of shipping and seafaring, including ship models, a reconstruction of a 2,000-year-old vessel, and numerous seafaring paintings. Another marine-related tourist attraction is the adjoining Maritime Museum Harbour, an open-air facility that's home to the well-preserved 19th-century ironclad Buffel, as well as an old lightship. All told, more than 20 historic vessels are on display here. Both facilities offer English language guided tours. A recent addition to Rotterdam's roster of important old vessels is the SS Rotterdam.
Uau,
Launched
muito
in
grande.
1958, it's considered the finest Dutch-built
dúvidas.
passenger vessel ever to sail. This sumptuously decorated vessel is now a hotel and museum, and one of the favourite things to do here is have lunch or dinner in its dining room. For those travelling with kids, check out the Kids Marina, where youngsters can captain their
Legal.
own mini version of a cargo or passenger vessel.
Que fofo!
Incrível!
And there you have the top 10 rated attractions and things to do in Rotterdam. Did you like what you saw? Let us know in the comments down below. Share this video with your friends and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more fantastic travel
Uau,
guides.
Rotterdam é um lugar incrível. Tem muitas coisas para se fazer lá. Alguns desses locais a gente realmente já conhecia através de outras reações, mas como eu mencionei durante a reação desse vídeo, a gente pôde ver estes lugares com uma riqueza de detalhes muito maior e é impressionante. Mesmo que a gente conheça o lugar, a gente conhece um detalhe maior daquele lugar e a gente não deixa de ficar impressionado.
Sim, é verdade. Eu sempre fico impressionada porque são coisas muito diferentes e a gente vai aprendendo mais sobre esses lugares e conhecendo mais detalhes. E é incrível porque Rotterdam é uma cidade lindíssima e com muita riqueza e tem muitas coisas para fazer. Isso é que eu acho muito legal porque é um lugar que você pode ir, sempre vai ter coisas para fazer, coisas bonitas para se admirar. E pelo que falaram nos comentários, a Holanda é um lugar que acolhe pessoas do mundo inteiro, então tem muitas pessoas lá e nesse lugar tem inclusive muitos brasileiros, então é magnífico porque não é só um lugar bonito, mas é um lugar acolhedor também.
Sim, e isso apenas faz com que a gente fique cada vez com mais vontade de conhecer a Holanda, que é um país incrível, e Rotterdam é um lugar maravilhoso, realmente...
É um lugar mágico.
Incrível, é realmente surpreendente. Mas essa foi a reação desse vídeo, portanto considere se inscrever em nosso canal, clique no gostei, compartilhe esse vídeo e faça mais sugestões aqui embaixo nos comentários.
Também ative as notificações. Muito obrigada por assistir esse vídeo, nos vemos na próxima reação. Tchau!